guys, Rob here. Today just kind of wanted to talk about motivation. I think I talked about this a few weeks ago. This year, obviously, it's quite difficult to feel motivated for whether it's running events or long distance swimming or triathlons. Again, I myself was going to do the Ironman Florida this year for the first time. Last year, again, I was originally going to do it, however, ended up having back surgery, so I wasn't able to do it last year. Making the decision whether or not to enter into events is a very personal decision with what's going on with COVID. I know races appear to be canceling more and more. What I've decided to do to keep my motivation high is to actually do a self-supported full distance Ironman here locally. It will allow me to complete my training that I've been working hard on. It will additionally allow me to have that sense of accomplishment that I've been looking for since last year in terms of the challenge in completing a full distance event. The advantage of doing one locally too is that I can sleep in my own bed. I can have my family around, and it's easier on them as well since they'll be at home, obviously during parts of it. And then the race itself will be nice because it'll be some familiar areas that I've trained on previously. The big challenge, I think, for doing a self-sustained race of a longer duration obviously will be the nutritional component. Right now I'm planning on using a 3-liter hydration pack while on the bike, in addition to having hydration on the front between my aero bars and having additional hydration in my bottle cages. For the run, I also plan on using a hydration vest, which I do use for half Ironman distances, marathons, and for this full distance event. And I'm going to have a second hydration bladder, which I can change out at the midpoint or slightly longer than midpoint for the run. So I think doing self-supported events is possible. Safety obviously is important. So when it comes to the swim, I will be using a swim buoy. I will be swimming with 1 or 2 other people from a social distance from my open water swim group at the local beach, where I can then use the shower heads to rinse off before mounting my bike. And I'll be doing the ride with another person I train with. Concluding the bike ride, again, in the parking lot from where the swim was, and then doing an out and back a couple times and finishing hopefully on a high school outdoor track, which will be lit as well as will be safe because I'll be off the road. I do plan on having a couple extra pieces of safety equipment with me aside from the swim buoy on the swim. For the bike ride, I'll be using my Garmin bike radar. And on the run, I've been looking at different types of reflective vests as well as vests that light up. So, like I said, I think it is possible, and it's kind of fun and exciting to be able to map out my own course. Some additional steps that I'm going to be taking from a safety standpoint as well as from a nutritional standpoint, but it really has given me that extra incentive to go ahead and continue with my training. So if you are thinking about self-supporting your events, make sure the key components that you think about are nutrition and safety, as well as familiarity with the course that you may create. So those are just some of my basic thoughts I've had. I've gone back and forth for the last several weeks as to whether I wanted to continue my training in the most likelihood of event that the Ironman itself will be canceled. Personally, I feel that I don't want to take that health risk in being in such a large group of people, even if the event should run. And so when I made the determination to come up with a self-supported event, that's what really has kind of pushed me over the finish line here when it comes to my training. So just some of my thoughts, some things to think about, and I will talk to you again next week. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put some comments below. The other bit of exciting news is that in addition to being a Challenge Daytona ambassador, I'm now an ambassador for honeystinger products, which I've been using for the past 6-7 years for my nutrition. So exciting times, and I'm looking to continue to improve and strengthen and grow in triathlon as well as a person in general. All right, take care. Bye, guys.